Zevlor's Sleep Stories. Performed by Glenn Macready. Rest on the Road by Z. Graves. It's been a long day, hasn't it? A longer week and more besides. Little wonder, my friend, that you find yourself in need of sleep. I'll tell you something restful then while you settle in. It's not much of a story, perhaps, but I find thinking on it soothes me, and I hope it may soothe you as well. Nothing wildly exciting. We can't go setting your heart racing with tales of hell riders and the fall of Elturel, or our dire battles against impossible odds. Not when you need to sleep. Let me tell you of the days after all of that instead, if I may. Still with me? We'd come back up from the hells out of Avernus. It was not easy, but we made it. The lot of us battered, smoke-scarred and exhausted from child to elder. Soon enough, most of us were on the road. Elturel held no fond memories, after all. I can hardly tell you what it was like, once we were on the road proper. But that is what I think of when I seek solace. So I shall try, for you. The sky above us was blue. It was crisp and bright, and when we paused to rest, I would simply lie back and stare up at it. It's wonderful, that late spring blue, and there's nothing like it in any other world. It's stronger and richer than any dye could ever hope for, and on cloudless days, I felt like I might fall up into it forever. If you look for long enough, as the afternoon draws on, you might even fancy you begin to see the stars up there before evenings set in. Take a moment, my friend, and close your eyes to think of it. Grass beneath us, and sky above, and the fresh air finally chasing away the bitter iron smoke of the hells. Full summer hadn't reached us yet, so all around was lush and rich with the end of spring. Perhaps it wasn't much good for our travel supplies without fruit to forage yet, but it was good to be in the midst of the countryside as it came fully alive. There is no time quite like the end of spring, when winter is fully shaken off and everything becomes vibrant again. Resting on the roadside, I would lean into the grass. It has a smell, spring grass, when it's crushed under your feet or broken by your horns and elbows. The sun would beat down to warm us while the last hints of morning dew cooled our backs. There, you get yourself settled in to sleep just as we settled into the grass. Keep your eyes closed and picture it. Can you see it? Feel it. After the parched heat of Avernus, the sun was so gentle. All around us was blue sky, green grass, golden sun. We stopped to rest more often than we needed to, you know. Oh, we said it was because the children or the elderly couldn't keep up the pace, but the truth is that we all wanted any excuse we could find. We'd take or make a reason just to relax and feel that sunshine on our faces and the dipping blades of grass beneath us. We missed it terribly. There are patches of whin bush on that road through the wilds of the coast, and they were all coming out in bloom, more yellow than the sun. They have a scent of their own, too, something almost buttery, spiky things. You wouldn't want to fall into one, but they're wonderful to stop beside after a few hours of walking. The bees like them, you see, so we'd have that butter-soft smell on the breeze alongside the crushed grass, and the droning hum of the bees wandering from flower to yellow flower. There. Can you imagine it? There was always a chance we'd just doze right off. Someone might have to keep watch, but the rest of us could lie down in that grass and feel the sun on our faces, hear the gentle buzz of the bees, smell the grass and whin flower. We'd have to get up again in time, back on the road and onward to find ourselves a new home, here where we are now. But for a time those breaks were the most precious part of each day. Miles onwards, feet sore from a long day's travel. Yes, just as you were worn through from your own long days, we'd set camp before the sunset. By a river or stream was always best. I might tell you it was so we'd have fresh water to boil for cooking or to wash and bathe in. In truth, it's because I slept best with that soft rush of sound in the background. The ground under our bedrolls would be warmed through from the day's sun by then, and that would seep up at night through the fabric. I could lie there and listen to the river and feel the lingering warmth of the long-set sun creep up to keep me company, and watch the stars wheel overhead. There is no day or night in Avernus, only a sky red with storm clouds. Here I could look up and count more stars with every moment my eyes adjusted to the night. I might map constellations so I'd know we were charting a true course along these winding roads in the wilderness, or I might just admire them. It seemed as though the sky was all hung with jewels, and the moon's light was soft and safe. You are too. Safe, that is. You have a good place to rest here. Dream of those days on the road with me, will you? Feel the sun on the back of your neck until it's time to sit down, and let it warm your face while the grass and sorrel pillow you and the wind perfumes the air around you. Watch the sky as it slips from blue through every shade of sunset orange, gold, and purple, down into night's true black. Feel the sun-warmed earth beneath you, as I did, and rest at last. I will keep watch while you sleep, my friend. You've had a long, tiring road. You deserve a rest.